Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, it looks like Teen Mom to Teen Mom Next Chapter star Leah Messer decided to dance around that NDA that her former fiance, Jaylan Mobley, sprung on her in exchange for getting to stay in their home, okay? So in the reunion episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter, Dr. Drew asked her a couple of questions about her breakup and what the source of it was. The NDA did get brought up as well. And she decided to be quite coy. And one thing that I will play it for you, I do have it loaded up over there, by the way. One thing that I want to point out to you guys is that it seems as though Dr. Drew was given, or Viacom was given, a copy of the NDA. And so he knew what questions he could and could not ask. And he knew what the secret was. And so he basically asked all the questions needed for a reasonable person to come to the conclusion that the cause of the breakup between Leah and Jaylan was infidelity. Okay. And then they take it a step further and pretty much spell out that the infidelity was not with another woman. All right, here you go, you guys. I am zooming in on it. By the way, core reporters, if there's anything, my channel member core reporters, if there's anything you want to mention, make sure to put it in the private chat box and I will have it up for you in the video as well. So let's get into the reunion interview, shall we? It's 4 minutes long, and pay very close attention to the questions Dr. Drew asks and the way he asks them and the way that Leah answers. It's pretty much in black and white here.
Question marks over my head still.
Okay.
Right? You can imagine, the feelings you had when he asked you to marry you.
Yeah.
That took my breath away, and now no more, and so, or I don't know. I don't know what.
So okay,
he's not here, so we can't
right.
ask him.
A breakup sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm hurt. I'm sad, but I'm also not going to fall victim to my circumstances. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to go through the emotions. I'm going to get through it.
What is up with my internet?
And I think that at the end of the day, we all have a story to tell.
Yes.
And it's on our time to tell our stories.
Yes.
And for now, this is like, we're in a great place. And honestly, sometimes love looks like letting go. I love Jaylan.
You know what? If I can be honest with you guys, her first answer here, breakups suck. Everybody has a story to tell themselves. And sometimes love looks like letting go. It feels like a bunch of fortune cookie stuff that she read, or like Instagram motivational posts or something like that she jumbled together. It didn't answer the question. Dr. Drew asked her, so you guys broke up or what? And then she goes on this, kind of rant, or kind of tangent, I should say, rather, that had nothing to do with the question.
Wholeheartedly. But I think letting go is the best thing for us.
Around patients or friends that have sudden breakups, there's sort of a list of reasons that typically it happens. So let's go through the list. Somebody cheated.
I think that's for Jaylan to speak on.
He's got to speak
in his time.
There you go.
The other thing is something is revealed about the person that they're not who they say they were.
Something is revealed about the person. They're not who they say they are. You see, it seems like right off the bat, Dr. Drew knew. And so he thought to slip that in there so that the gears can start turning in people's heads. And notice when he asked Leah, the career cheater, right? She's cheated in all her past relationships. When he asked her, did somebody cheat? Instead of saying, I didn't, Jaylan did, she says, Jaylan will have to answer that on his own in his own time. So basically she's saying, yeah, that man cheated on me.
Again, I think that's something that Jaylan deserves to speak on.
I have a question.
Is he not living his truth? And typically living your truth is kind of slang for, are you in the closet? And are you trying to hide it? Are you trying to use a woman to portray a different image? And what does Leah say? Again, that's for Jaylan to answer. So within the first minute of this reunion interview with Leah, we've already pretty much established, right, the reason for their breakup.
Yes.
Did you cheat?
No, I didn't cheat.
Okay. Well,
okay. Was there anything that he found out or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it's not on your end.
And I think eventually he'll share.
Okay.
I think eventually he'll share, but it's not for me to
Well, let's talk about, as you were discovering things, did you go like, sort of try to talk him out of it, whatever it is?
No. I definitely had questions.
Like, how could this be?
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm so confused. Yeah. Have we been living a lie the year and a half? You know?
But here's the thing. When she talks about have we been living a lie the year and a half, I think that's a fair thing to ask, even if you're in a straight relationship with a straight person and you were just deceived, right? Like, I think it's something that happens to anybody who has been through infidelity. You wonder, what the heck? Like, how long has this been going on for? Did I ever know this person? Was I living a lie? Were we collectively living a lie? I think that is a fair thing. So I wouldn't pin that on sexuality per se.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Is it something that, my goodness, we should feel bad? Like we should have empathy for him.
Yes, we should have empathy. Yeah. I think it's society.
We should have empathy. And I think it's society. When you've already confirmed that somebody cheated on you and you're not angry, and you're, especially when you've got kids, right? They involved your children in it. And you want to say that person deserves empathy and that it's society or whatever. It kind of leads me to think, maybe, just maybe, 99.9% chance it had to do with sexuality. And they're trying to claim that homosexuality is not accepted by society. Here's the thing, isn't Jaylan from Atlanta? Because I thought that was like a very like gay friendly place, right? Like, for example, here in Paris, it's super duper gay friendly. So I thought that Atlanta was like that. I always heard it was, and when I would watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta or other Atlanta-based reality shows, like the men would wear makeup, they would wear heels, they would wear wigs, they'd wear women's clothes. Like they were just free and happy to be who they were because it was so acceptable. That's what I had the impression of. But again, I've never even been to Atlanta, so I could be way off base there. But again, it really seems as though this is what Leah is trying to get at here. Might I say for a moment that I love her dark hair, blue eye combo. Normally, I prefer Leah with the blonde that she started off with, but here she looks absolutely incredible.
Did he ask you to sign a legal document or anything not to share?
I did. In the property settlement, I did agree not to.
So you can't share with us?
I cannot.
Legally, you cannot
Legally, I cannot share.
It's intense.
Do the kids know what actually happened?
Yes.
Oh, they know the details. Do they wish you'd get back together?
No, but they still want Jay to be able to come around just as him. Ellie was like, you know what? He made a promise that he didn't keep, and that's disappointing, but we still love him and he can,
Is there something about who he is that you're just accepting?
See, before she even answers, can we just say the way that Dr. Drew keeps coming back to who he is, his essence, is there something going on there? Like he was given the rundown so that Leah can play innocent on the show. I hope you guys are not falling for the act. She's playing innocent. She's playing coy, but my girl is being a tiger behind the scenes. She already put Dr. Drew onto game. By the way, I've got a message from Mariella. She says, hi, I finally managed to catch one of these. I was shocked by the title. I don't believe that they truly have empathy for him if they understand that society would judge him. I don't know if Jaylan is in a safe situation to be outed. Like we don't know his family. Exactly. That's a good point. Honestly, though, from what I saw of his family, they seem like very intelligent, lovely, welcoming, accepting, warm people, and in you saying this, Mariella, that we don't know if he's in a safe situation to be outed. I think that Leah understands that and the potential backlash. And I like your whole thing about saying that they might not truly have empathy if they're doing all this, right? Like I just said, she's playing innocent for the cameras so that she does not get backlash for basically outing her ex-fiance. Okay. This is a very carefully set up interview made to look like she has forgiven him. She understands his situation and she wants him to feel empowered enough he could stand in his power and come out basically. But is it fair? I don't know. I feel like she knows it's not, and that's why it's being handled this way. And not only that, but the NDA has something to do with it as well.
Right. You can't change someone. Yeah.
Who
That's a
he
good
is that
question.
And he can, you
Mm.
know,
is there something about who he is that you're just accepting?
right. You can't change someone. Yeah.
Hmm.
But also, if you're not in that place where you know who you are, I mean, how am I supposed to have a romantic relationship with you? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to have a romantic relationship with who Jaylan really is. Huh. There you go again. Like the fourth or fifth time, they've basically said it without saying it. That Jaylan, and let me post a photo over here, that Jaylan basically tricked Leah. I don't know if it's fair to say tricked. Is it fair to say tricked, you guys? Let me know in the comment section. He basically sought Leah out for a relationship to suppress his true, relationship desires, to fit into what society thought was right for a young, successful Black man like him, right? Is what it's basically sounding like. Mariela also says, last question, does Leah ever discuss the whole house thing? Didn't steal the down payment anyway. I love your videos. Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Mariela. You guys, it's always so fun to have my co-reporters chatting with me as I film this video. I feel like you guys keep me company. This is so awesome. If you guys want to join in on all of this behind the scenes goodness, make sure to hit that join button so you can chat with me while I film my videos. No, it seems, listen, I have not watched like a lot of episodes from the season of Next Chapter, but it feels as though that is not addressed in this clip. I believe I watched it in its entirety earlier, and I don't remember her talking about the down payment situation, though I would love to see that. I feel like once the house thing is settled and the papers are transferred, she is gonna open up, as she should, about that in particular. And so going back to this clip, you guys, did you notice that Leah said it wouldn't make sense to have a relationship with Jaylan, knowing now what she knows about him and who he is? You don't say that about any old body, you guys. You don't, especially not with this much trepidation.
Man, I feel ripped in half.
Yeah.
Is that the feeling?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think I understand where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
It just makes me emotional.
You stop it, you damn drama queen. Stop it right now. It makes me emotional. Dr. Drew, it's just so obvious that he knew. He knows what the secret is.
I
support him.
And what do you do?
And so Leah says that she supports him. I'm sorry, but on what planet does a woman who got especially a single mother of 3 daughters who got cheated on by a trifling ass man, on what planet does she support him? I have to say something, you guys. I don't think it's fair. Is this an expectation of women? If you get played by, assuming that Jaylan is a gay man, is it fair to expect a woman to be like, oh, I still want you around my kids, even though you lied to us all? I still want to support you with open arms, especially in 2022. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't think it's realistic, to be betrayed and blindsided like that, and to be expected to act this way. Like, let me turn the other cheek so you can like disrespect me and my kids again. I don't like it. I really don't.
For you.
I keep moving. I still believe in love.
Mm-hmm.
I keep moving. I keep showing up. I keep being a mom and lean on my support system.
Do you want to one day hopefully be able to tell the totality of this journey?
Without a doubt. Yeah.
You were defending him on social media when people were saying, oh, he's with you because the show, because of your bank account.
I think Jaylan genuinely loves us. This is where I say at the capacity that he knows how to love. Because if you genuinely don't know who you are and you don't love yourself from that place, how can you love somebody else?
Imagine the stakes for him.
Exactly.
Imagine the stakes for him.
What fame implied if he was hiding things.
If it came out that he was hiding things. You guys, it's all out there. They've said it. They've said it. They've said it. I lost track of how many times they've said it.
That must have been very difficult.
Yes.
Has he told you that he does plan to be more honest and forthcoming, and that's a goal of his?
Yes.
He for himself.
So it seems as though perhaps Jaylan is going to spill the tea in his own time. You know what's interesting? I'm just remembering now. Leah's sister Victoria pretty much said the same thing. She said that Jaylan's real truth is basically drowning him. I don't know. All of the signs are pointing in one direction.
For
He needs
himself
to do
and any
this.
relationship
And
moving
then
forward.
all will be revealed, and this will all make sense.
Yes.
It'll all make sense.
I am so happy you showed up. I know there's a lot that's going.
All right, so there you go, you guys. They've basically said it. So now I've got questions for you, all right? I've got some homework. It's not homework because please, let's do this right now. I want to have a discussion about it. My questions to you are the following. How do you feel about the way that Leah is presenting herself in a way that's so basically like, oh, he lied, he manipulated, he cheated on me. But because it's with another man, and we're not saying for sure, right? It's just basically what they said, right? I'm not saying for certain, but because it's with another man, I have to have empathy for him. I have to forgive him. This is something that he had to do because of society. I'm sorry, but I am not with that, okay? Number two, do you feel the same way that I do, which is that Leah and Dr. Drew basically were in cahoots to out Jaylan, but they're doing it in a way where it's so soft and so sweet, where it's like, we didn't just kick you out of the closet. No, we talked about how concerning some things were, how you were not able to live your truth because it could damage your reputation. You know, like it felt very disingenuous to me. And at the same time, and this is going to be a controversial question, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Listen, when I got cheated on in a long relationship, I exposed the man and I exposed the girl. And if he cheated on me with a man, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm sorry, but if you cheat on someone, the other person has a right to tell their truth, in my opinion. Because here's the thing. If you're in the closet or whatever, that's your own business. I wouldn't, say anything about that. But when you choose to play with somebody and they're angry, these sorts of things can happen. And I don't think you deserve special protection just because of who you're cheating with. At the end of the day, you played with a real life person's mind, health, and emotions. And they just might spill it. You know what I mean? Like they just might get upset. They might spill the tea the way I spilled it. Like I named names, y'all. But yeah, you guys, I don't know. Something about this just gave me a very odd vibe. Like it gave me a very odd vibe. It was like it was a very nice, nasty sort of thing. It's like, well, I'm going to smile in your face. Let me put out I'm going to smile in your face while I spill all this tea about you, while I gut you, about how you are just not living your truth, little sunshine, right? Because this might ruin your reputation. So I have so much empathy for you. I feel so bad for you. That's just the vibe I got from it. Anyway, you guys, let me know what vibe you got from it, okay? As usual. But listen, when she goes back and looks at some of these photos, Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.